Hey guys, Solo here. Welcome to Coach's Corner. Today, I wanted to tell you about a strategy I have used myself and with clients when setting goals and also when finding time to do something that I may not think that I have time for. And I call this the gun to the head strategy. So, to give you an example, in one conversation with a client, we were talking about setting a goal of holding plank for a particular period of time. And in this particular case, the client decided that she wanted to set 60 seconds, holding plank continuously for 60 seconds as her kind of medium term goal. Now, when I asked her to set a baseline for this goal so we knew where she was at, she was actually able to hold plank for 40 seconds. And at that point, I told her that I think personally that the 60 seconds was not ambitious enough for this particular goal. How come? Because I said if you had gun to your head in that moment doing the baseline, I have a feeling that you probably would be able to hit 60 seconds right then and there. And she agreed. And this is a nice little rule of thumb of running your goals through the gun to the head strategy. To give you an example, another one, if I wanted to set a deadlift goal, my heaviest deadlift ever was, I think, around 280 pounds. Now, if you ask me to deadlift 500 pounds right now, gun to the head would not make a difference. It doesn't matter, right? I mean, it would be very unfortunate, but I wouldn't be able to pull that weight. Now, if you were to ask me to pull 250 or 280 or maybe even 300, chances are, while it may not be a good idea to do that right now without warm up after not deadlifting heavy for a bit, I probably would have been able to do it. And I think that gives me a guideline on whether a particular goal is ambitious or not, because gun to the head should not make a difference. So if I was setting a goal for a deadlift, I may go with something like 320, 350, something that would be kind of scary and far away enough to be motivating. Now, the other instance when I've used this strategy is to find time in a really busy day to do something. So, talking to a really busy professional who is running around all day between work and kids and house responsibilities, and we started talking about fitting in exercise. So we were talking about 20 minutes of exercise that day. And once again, I brought up the gun to the head. So if there was an absolute, if there was a gun to the head, imaginary one hanging over your head at any moment that day, and your only responsibility, your only way of not having it go off would be to fit in exercise somewhere, would you be able to do it? And this client actually told me that she would definitely be able to do it because her kids go to bed around 8 o'clock, and usually after 8, she finds herself watching TV, reading newspapers, doing that sort of thing. She said, so I could definitely, if I really had to, I definitely fit in a workout there. So once again, I think it's a good analogy to use here because you know that some days are not like that, and that's a good test. So on some days, there's absolutely no 20-minute window or 30-minute window. Maybe you're flying to Shanghai and back-to-back flights, right? So you just can't. So use that little strategy rule of thumb for two things when setting goals to figure out if the goal is scary enough or not, and also when finding time to do something that you don't think you have time for. I hope this helps.